boys, and happy New Year. New Year. Oh, well, I'm on the wrong scene. Hold on. There we go. That's better. New Year, new king, new everything. Um, I'm sure you noticed it's a little different. I got a new little setup going on right now. You can't really see over here, but hold on. Let me see if I can shine a flashlight on it a little bit for you guys. Uh, no, the flashlight's not picked up at all. Well, but what you guys probably don't realize is I actually removed a lot of the filters that I had on my mic and completely redid my audio, which is really, 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 really cool. And the reason why it's really, 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 really cool is because over here, along this wall, is a whole bunch of foam. I'm now all foamed up. You can kind of see it a little bit right here. I got a ring light now, which is why I'm a little bit better quality, it looks like. A little. It's not in the position that I ideally wanted it, but the monitor mount that I have, it's all stationary, so I couldn't move the screen which the screen for my stream PC is exactly where I wanted the ring light to be, and I can't move it. Which really, really sucks. So, unfortunately, it has to stay where it is for now. But, hopefully in time I'll be able to get some funds together and get a better monitor mount, one that I can actually move the arms around and stuff like that. But for now, it should be a much better quality. I've been doing a lot of stuff. So, if you guys couldn't tell or just didn't know, over the last week of 2021, God, that's so weird to say. The last week of 2021, I took a week off. I popped up in a couple streams here and there just to say hi and stuff like that. I played with some friends and everything. But overall, I pretty much did nothing. And really, 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 really big reason for a hiccup, apparently, for me doing nothing was because there's more hiccups. Let's just keep going. Was because if you guys didn't know, the end of 2021 was really, really difficult for me. I went through a lot of hardships, a lot of tough times, and quite honestly, it didn't go well. And so I took a week off to finally kind of process it, kind of regather myself and find that passion again. Because I was getting very, very burnt out. I was editing all the time for All Rebels. I took a week off from that. I was streaming all the time. I was trying to get videos out. I had to edit my own videos. I was doing the Raids of Love stuff. I just spent some time relaxing. Like I did a couple things here and there. Obviously, I put up like the foam, got the ring light set up, and readjusted some things. Stuff for you guys might not seem different, but for whenever I go live, there's gonna be a completely different look. Down in the links below, there's new merch also available. I've also been slowly setting up a website. I will leave that link in the description. It's relatively set up, but not quite all the way. I'm still working on it a little. But I've literally been doing a lot of the stuff that I wanted to do for a long time, and I never really got to it because I was always busy just trying to figure out how to get through the next day, what I needed to do for the next day, and I never got to the stuff that I wanted to do, only what I had to do. And so this was a really, really, really big mental help for me because, quite honestly, why is Discord being weird? Discord, stop it. Quite honestly, I just got to a point where I didn't want to do anything. And that's terrifying to think about because there's a lot of stuff that I got to do. There's a lot of stuff that I need to worry about and work on. So I'm very glad that I took some time off, and I I don't know if it was overly obvious for you guys yet or not, but I am a lot more energetic. You guys will probably notice there's a lot of like re redone designs. I've been working on a revamp of everything for a while. I have a promo that probably went out a little earlier today, or it'll go out a little bit later today. Um, that I made, and I'm just very very glad that I did take a little bit of time, and it goes to show you what a little bit of time will actually do for you whenever you actually really need it and you take the time for it. Um, but with that being said, we got new merch, we got new things going on, we have new stuff. Um, I'm not done yet. I still have a lot of the website that I want to get up and running. I'm gonna have an embedded stream in there. I'm probably gonna put a video in there. Probably the promo video is gonna be embedded in there whenever that goes live, if it's not already. And I have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of plans, and I want to take a second, and I really, because I don't think I did this properly, and if I did, it wasn't in a good mindset. I want to take a second, and I want to go back through 2021, because 2021 was a freaking crazy year. A lot of you may not realize this, but we've been in a pandemic, and we've been in a pandemic since 2020. And a lot of people thought that 2021 was going to be the year that we got to go back to normal. And for a little bit we could, but, because of Omicron and everything else, we got really pushed back and put back into a really crappy place, and it really, really sucked. It still sucks. It didn't suck in the past. It still sucks. But I'm happy about some of the stuff that we were able to achieve. So, like, at the end of 2020, I was kind of lost. I was kind of just shooting in the dark. I didn't have a lot of stuff that I really was gunning for. I didn't have the drive that I once did. And I said 2021 was going to be my year, and it was going to be the year that I got the spunk back into my step. And I think overall I have done that. It took a long time, and honestly, I think it took me taking that week off to really notice how much pep I got back in my step, spunk in my step, as it were. But I think I did achieve that. At least I have at least figured out what I want to do in regards to content creation. We started the whole, go out, do something nice for somebody today thing. And that has really evolved, that whole mindset, and the thing that with the whole go out, do something nice for somebody today really evolved into this much bigger. I would say it's a much bigger cause now, because the Raids of Love movement has really started to hit pretty big, and we've raised over $2,000 in 2 charity weeks, with Raids of Love still being a very small, in the grand scheme of things, a very small event thing that happens. And I'm really, really, really thankful for all of that. And a lot of you guys are to thank for that. But the doing nice for somebody, doing something nice for somebody, and the Raids of Love is where a lot of my focus is going to be for 2022 moving forward. However, there is going to be a shift, and I said this during my last stream of 2021 back, oh god, a week ago today, as you guys are seeing this. And one of the things that I said was I want to start challenging myself to do something bigger. In not to say like some of the videos and some of the stuff, like the Raids of Love stuff, isn't big, but as far as content goes, I want to challenge myself to get to a point where I'm making these really high quality videos, these really cool, really awesome videos that aren't just me sitting there playing a game or talking into a camera. Um, if I'm being honest, and I'm gonna be nowhere near as big of a production as this, but if you want an example of something that I want to create and something that I've been wanting to create for years now, but I just haven't had the ability, go look at Markiplier's A Heist with Markiplier and his soon to be In Space with Markiplier, or Jacksepticeye's like 15 months or chase video. Like I want to make something like that where it takes a while, it takes multiple cuts, it takes multiple things. I have to really focus on some of this stuff. And it's gonna be a really big challenge, but in 2022, and this is last year I didn't really have any resolutions. If I did, it was mostly just get my ass back on track, right? This year I have a goal that I'm shooting for. All right. So there's like a couple resolutions that I want to go for. But the first and main one is I want to make a high quality, high production video. Whether it is something along the lines of like Jacksepticeye's chase and or like something bigger, that's going to be dependent on what I go into here soon, but like I'm not expecting to go like production level quality, and I think one of the biggest reasons why I have really had a massive like mental hit was because I've had this drive to be able to do something like this, but I haven't had the ability to. And I actually started trying to make a project, and I talked about it. I said I was going to have a project out, and I was making it, and I really, really liked where it was going, but it got to the point where like I started to lose focus on it, and the quality of some of the cuts for the project were not quite what I wanted them to be. So I'm gonna try to fix that, I guess you could say. And one of the things that I'm going to really try to do is I'm gonna try to push for something where, and I am in no way financially able to do it, but I want to have a budget for a video for something high quality and produce it. And that comes down to another thing that's in the comments below. I have completely revamped my Patreon. I've had Patreon since the very, 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 very early Mixer days. Like within the first 2 months, 3 months on Mixer, I had made this Patreon. And I never really did much with it. I did some stuff until I got partnered with Mixer, and then I kind of fell off of it. Well, I'm gonna really start pushing it again. So in what I mean by this is for every video after this video, so from next video onwards, I'm going to have a screen where it thanks the patrons for their patronage. And I'm debating back and forth if I want to put their tiers or not. I don't think I will, but I'm just going to thank the patrons for their patronage. And the reason for that is because I want you guys to know that what you are putting forth into me, I'm appreciative of. And a lot of the stuff from Patreon is going to be used for living expenses, so I don't have to worry month to month or eat ramen noodles every day for a month, so that I can, pay my bills. But also, if I get to a certain point, it is actually going to end up, I know what I'm trying to say. It's actually going to end up funding the project. How the Patreon is set up is every month on the first, whatever tier you have subscribed at, it will take out that amount of money. It'll automatically withdraw. But whenever you first subscribe, so say you want to become a patron on February 28th, you'll pay on the 28th, and that will be for February. And then on the 1st, it'll come out again, and that will be for February. So I got a really pretense with that. Now I'll talk about that more later, but I've made it so that there's a tier for everybody. There's a $1 tier, and that $1 tier is if you want to support and you want to show your support for myself, my content, and the stuff that I want to achieve. But you can't really put a lot of financial support into it. Even like the $5 a month isn't too much. But you can always change how much you are pledged for. They call it pledges. You can always change that, right? So then there's a $5 tier, and the $5 tier is essentially your basic Twitch sub. And a lot of my attention on Twitch from live streaming is going to go from getting subscribers on Twitch to getting patrons for that tier 1 or for that tier 2 patron sub, which is the Twitch equivalent. Because for Twitch, when you subscribe for $5 a month, I only see roughly about $2.50. Whereas if you subscribe on Patreon for $5 a month, I'll see roughly about $4.50. I'm among some of the original creators. I'm on the original creator plan. And so I see like 95%. And then Patreon itself takes like 4%. And then, the transaction fees and everything else, I'll see like 92 to 95%, which is a massive difference. I've always been very transparent about how much I've earned throughout the years. And one of the things, you know what? I'll pull it up. I am going to hide one though. For a reason that I want to just keep to myself more than anything. But if we go to this, you can pretty much see everything. My face isn't really in the way of anything. It's just hours. I streamed for 942 and a half hours in 2021. That is a lot of hours. But the two that I want to kind of highlight would be these two right here, right? And this is for anybody who goes over to my Twitch or anything like that. And I'll get to YouTube here in a second. But I've had 2 patrons throughout 2021, and I had almost the same amount as getting 269 subscribers in 2021. That is a freaking massive difference. And then this, I'm not shy with saying how much I earn a month, and that's how much I've earned from YouTube a month. Now, with that being said, something very important though is we recently just got members. You can become a member to the channel on YouTube. And members, once we start getting members, I'll post member exclusive content for you. But what the members do is you essentially get like some little perks and bonuses and stuff like that. It's essentially the same as a Twitch subscriber, but I get 70% of membership revenue versus the normal 50%. So even then, if you become a member on YouTube, it's still a little bit better than Twitch. Twitch is kind of archaic. They're kind of stuck in that you like 50-50 split, and it's just not worth it. Hydration. Anyway, but yeah, so I'm gonna be pushing Patreon a lot more, specifically because Patreon has the potential possibility to really stabilize me and give me the budget to do the stuff that I want to do, that I've been wanting to do since almost the beginning of content creation. I always expected to do the whole, I'm just gonna sit and play video games and do what everybody else does, but I knew at some point I wanted to expand upon that. And 2022 is gonna be where I do that. Now, for some other stuff in 2021, I did a couple voice acting roles. I threw my voice in for a couple of Darkstone Digital's games, and I missed one because of the October like mental breakdown that I had, where everything just went horribly wrong. I missed one opportunity for being in the mortuary assistant demo, which has really blown up, and I'm super happy for Darkstone. But I started dabbling in voice acting. I managed to actually do a couple because of my friendships with some people. And now that I have a proper setup, like hearing myself again, I can tell a massive difference. And it's like night and day. Before, I needed like an echo cancellation. I needed a really strong noise suppression and stuff like that. And I was able to get rid of the echo cancellation and actually drop the noise suppression a little bit because of how clear this has been going. And it's just perfect. So I'm going to really start in 2022. Another resolution is I want to do a paid voice acting work for a game that actually gets fully released. And I say that because I did do some work in Interstellar Prime, but the developer, like, I still love the game, I still love the team, but the developer has a lot of other things going on, and so he isn't able to produce the game at the speed of which I feel would have kept the hype behind it. He gets like waves of attention and then it falls off because he can't keep up the pace. And to my knowledge, the game still isn't fully released, which is very saddening. I really can't wait for Interstellar Prime to finally officially get released. It is something that I'm very much looking forward to because the game is going to be absolutely amazing, and I will absolutely be covering it whenever it does fully release. But I want to do full-scale paid voice acting work, voiceover work. I started to really look into it in 2021, and I kind of stopped because I was getting really busy. But this time I'm gonna really, like, this year I'm really going to do my best to achieve some good voice acting work. And that's gonna be the big goal right now, or those are gonna be the two big goals right now. There's a couple other like personal goals that I want to hit, but as far as like stuff that I do, I want those two things to be the big things that I do. Now, like, I have a small goal where I would like to get maybe like a sponsorship. Like, I did the Raid Shadow Legends sponsor, and I would like to try to do that like maybe once a month or once every other month if I could. And like sometimes I get sponsored to play indie games and stuff like that, but I want to do a full bigger sponsorship like the Raid Shadow Legends. I'll probably still do like the smaller little indie game sponsorships and stuff like that, but I want to try to start getting sponsored and getting companies and bigger games to put me on their front page again. Essentially, I want to do another Bless Unleashed. A lot of you guys know me from Bless Unleashed, and me just saying this, I I could put Bless Unleashed in the title, and this video will probably get 1,000 views easily because so many people want me to return to the game, and I want to do that again, but I want to do it for a game that I can actually get behind long term. I was only able to get behind Bless Unleashed for like 6 months, and then it kind of fell off, and I was like, and then I stopped, and then nobody really cared anymore. Um, I want to do that again, but this time I want to do it right. I talked about the Bless Unleashed stuff in the first place in 2020, a little bit in 2021 as well, but a lot of the Bless Unleashed stuff, I produced that content while I was going through one of the toughest times in my life because my grandma just got sick, passed out, and then ended up in the hospital for a week and ultimately died. All while I was producing the Bless Unleashed content that everybody asked for. And if you know anything about psychology, you guys will know that now that that has happened and that's what people wanted from me and I had to produce it even though I was absolutely destroyed. I don't want to do Bless Unleashed because it feels like I'm going back to those times and I don't want to relive them. You know, my mom and I talk about it all the time. You know, whenever important days come up for my grandma, we still get choked up. We can't talk about her too much without getting choked up. We never got the closure because of COVID, and it's really tough. And so going back to a game that I connect stuff like that to, it's just I can never do it. I will never go back. It hurts too much. And you know, that's on the side of all the issues that I had with the game. But you know, issues aside, that's why I won't just stick it out and just go through and say screw it and push through one way or another. Like I can't. I can't. Um, but yeah, so that's what I want to do. I would like to work with a game company or a publisher and really start to bring some focus back to my channel, bring some excitement, some hype back to the channel, because I feel like we had an absolutely amazing run with Bless Unleashed, and you know, as much as I could probably go back and make some content and people would watch it, there isn't much enjoyable content left in the game. And so, you know, I feel like it was a good stopping point, and I want a game where I can continue making enjoyable content. And like me 2 years ago, I would have said Dead by Daylight, but the Dead by Daylight community has become so toxic and so god awful. Oh my god. Like if you guys haven't heard some of the stuff that has been going on with the Dead by Daylight community, it is horrible. Absolutely horrible. There are people getting killers or getting streamers IP addresses through the game and using that to DDoS them, which is a direct denial of service, or SWAT them. And like so many people have been experiencing this kind of stuff, and like behavior has gone and fixed it a little, but in my opinion, it was just a final nail in the coffin. You know, I really really loved Dead by Daylight for a long time. I have a lot of content on Dead by Daylight, a lot of content that you guys thoroughly enjoyed from Dead by Daylight. And you know, it's another one where like I couldn't imagine it being as good as it is. You know, like my nurse video has almost 3,000 views, which is an oddity, admittedly. Um because the views that I normally get are not very much. Like I usually, on average, after about a week or two, I'll average about 20 to 30 views on a video. But a lot of the guides that I did, a lot of the stuff where I kind of show you how to do something in a game has really taken off to a point where I never thought it would get to. Um, and that is going to be something that I kind of focus on. Like Poke MMO is another huge one for me. The Poke MMO breeding guide, the perfect breeding basics, is almost going to crest 10,000 views, which is absolutely insane. It will be the first ever video outside of Bless Unleashed that was not a short to crest 10,000 views. That is crazy. The leveling guide is roughly at 6,700. The money guide is at 5,500. The intermediate breeding tips is almost at 1,000, and the like advanced getting the nature and stuff like that is a little over 200. Like that's a lot of views. That is a lot of stuff that you guys have been watching. And obviously you guys really like whenever I take a game and I break it down and I make it so that it's easy to understand what to do and how to do it. And so that's one of the things that I'm going to be focusing on. I'm going to focus on guides. Almost any game that I pick up, I'm going to make a guide for. Right now, I'm still kind of really hooked on Dead by Daylight. Not Dead by Daylight. I was talking about Dead by Daylight. I'm still really hooked on Minecraft. And that's where a lot of my Twitch streams are going to probably be. But I have something coming with Farming Simulator 22. I'm going to have some funny stuff, and then I'm probably going to play it enough to learn how to do stuff and make guides on Farming Simulator 22. You know, I have been playing a lot of League. I am nowhere near like pro level. I'm still in bronze, maybe silver for my ranking, but I might be able to make some basics for mid laning in League. You know, like there's quite a few things that I have that I could potentially make guides on. And you know, as the year progresses, as new games come out, I'm going to try to find more games to make guides on. Like I want to try to maybe get Prop Night here soon, and if I can get Prop Night, I'll play it, I'll make some content, and then I'll make some guides for how to do this or how to do that with different killers. You know, like there's so much that I could do. GTFO just fully released. I might go through and play through the game entirely solo because I'm an absolute mad lad, and then make a guide for how to get through the game. You know, like who knows? Noble Fates has been doing relatively good with opening the demonic carbuncle. Maybe I'll go through and I'll play more Noble Fates and actually beat the demonic carbuncle instead of just opening it, and make a guide on Noble Fates. Dubium is looking to be a really, really fun game. I might make a guide for Dubium even. Like there's so much that I can do. I can even go back into PokeMMO, but I really don't know what I would make for a guide for PokeMMO at this point. Um, but like there's a lot. And I'm going to be focusing a lot on making guides for different games. The recent big game was what was it? Security Breach? FNAF Security Breach. That just recently released, right? And if I can get my hands on it, maybe I'll make some guides. It probably won't be worth the guides now because a lot of people have already played it and brought out guides for it, but maybe something like that. I might even extend myself into mobile games, which will be really interesting. Like I've been playing a game thanks to a community member, Goblin. I've been playing a game called Cookie Run Kingdom, and maybe I'll make a guide on making a good PvE or PvP team. Like who knows? I've been playing a game for literal years. It's hold on, let me pull it up. Yep, yeah, I know who you are. Thank you. It's this game right here, and I talk about it here and there, but it's called Three Kingdoms Overlord, and I've been playing this game for years, and I feel like I'm pretty good at the game at this point. And maybe I'll make some guides on that. Who knows? But there will be a definite guide section. Like I'm going to make guides and I'm going to make things that people are going to want to watch. Now that doesn't mean that's going to be all my content is. I'm still going to have my initial playthroughs of games. So say I end up doing Security Breach for whatever reason, I'll still post my normal first look playthrough of it. And that will go up on YouTube regularly as it normally would. And then if I do like how to get this ending or how to get that ending or how to do this or how to do that, that will also be added on to it. So it will have the normal content, but we're gonna have some guides mixed in. And then another thing that I'm going to be working on here, and like I've been slowly working on throughout my week off, was I obviously have my website. A lot of people have expressed that they want to know my opinions on the games that I play. I am notorious for ripping games apart and finding holes and all this other stuff. So I'm gonna do it. And on my website, there's going to be a blog where I go through games. I currently have a Halo Infinite one there, but the website isn't quite like finely tuned yet. I'm still working out the blog page because it keeps messing up for me. I don't know why, but I have the Halo Infinite stuff there, right? I'm gonna the my review on Halo Infinite is already up and done. I'm gonna probably do like a Dead by Daylight and Noble Fates and all these other things, like I'm going to make reviews for people to read, and it will be a full scale blog. And maybe if I find that people really enjoy it, I will make a video specific to that area, and I will make a review video going over some of the stuff that I said. Who knows? Who knows? It's the beginning of the year. Anything can happen. And this is the stuff that I want to do. And then, I know, I've been talking for 40 minutes now. God, when will King ever stop? Well, listen, I've had a lot of stuff built up. Relax, it'll be fine. The final thing that I want to do, and I kind of touched base with it a little bit, but I want to really put all of my effort into the Raids of Love movement. Um, I talked to all rebels, and we're both on the same page. We want to start trying to find like sponsors who will match the donations, and like if we can maybe like have special things for donators to be able to win, or something along those lines to be more enticing. Let them put their name on it, and then be like, listen, if you donate, you could have a chance at winning this, plus you're helping these people. And I want to start doing that. I want to make it big, and like it's already started to blow up beyond what I thought was going to be possible. But I want to take it. We have the momentum, we have the capabilities, and we have an amazing foothold. I want to take it to a whole new level. This brainchild of mine that I thought was going to be a one and done thing, or like maybe one or two times, just me and all rebels doing a random weird thing. I want to take this and make it into something absolutely incredible. I want to work with different charities. I want to have charities who like talk about us. I want pages to talk about the Raids of Love. Like, God, could you imagine if you're scrolling through CNN and you're like, oh hey, Raids of Love. I know those guys. I watched that dude's videos. Like, that would be so cool. That's where I want Raids of Love to get to. Maybe not CNN covering us, because that's like I but I want people talking about it. We have a website for the Raids of Love, and I'm going to start really updating it, as well as my website, keeping them up to date, keeping all of the information as relevant as possible, and take this movement and make something absolutely amazing out of it. And if by some dumb chance my channels being YouTube and Twitch end up blowing up because of it, and I get partnered on Twitch, I'm gonna make a team for the Raids of Love community, and it's gonna be strictly streamers who take part in Raids of Love activities. And like, I want to make big events. And think Scarathon. If you know what Scarathon is, they do almost like a 24/7 nonstop stream where different people stream for a certain amount of hours, and each person is raising money for, I think they do St. Jude, but like I want to do maybe not like different streamers on the channel, but maybe have people talking about Raids of Love in the weeks that we do, either every month or every other month, or whatever amount we do, where we're raising money for charity. I want that on people's minds. I want people talking about it. I want people to be like, oh dude, did you hear about this? This is amazing. Last month they raised like $2,000 for, or like 1,500 for disabled gamers and able gamers charity, and now they're going for this. Or, oh man, check out this cool shirt, it helps support this charity and this movement all at the same time, and it's super cool, super awesome. Like, I want stuff like that to happen. And so that is where a large chunk of my focus is going to be, which, if you haven't realized by now, there's a lot of large chunks where my focus is going to be. But what I'm going to do to try to prevent burnout is I'm only going to take on these large chunks a little bit at a time. I can't really make a high production quality video until I start getting the Patreon moving, and I start getting a little bit more financially stable and get myself sorted so that I can actually afford to make something like that. So that's going to be on the side, but that's going to be a goal. That's going to be where I'm going to be shooting for. And like, for the voice acting, I'm gonna be able to like reach out, but I need to find the right places where I fit the best. And I really need to get better at reading scripts. That's my biggest issue. I can improv anything. As soon as you give me a script, I'm terrible at it. Absolutely terrible at it. And so I got to get better at reading scripts. So I'm going to maybe like take some base scripts and like practice and stuff like that, but not going to put a lot of energy into it until I feel comfortable that I can produce the quality that they're looking for. And so, I'm just going to do stuff like that, just small little chunks at a time, small little pieces so that I can eventually make this whole big picture where the King Bullet brand is bigger than it ever has been, bigger than whenever it was on Mixer. That is going to be the goal. Now, with that being said, for numbers goals, for analytics and statistics wise, where do I want my channels to be? That is a very, very tough question, because if you look at different areas and different things that predict growth, my Twitch has not moved very much. I've been at 1,300 followers for over a year. It's been a very, very, very long time. Anywhere from 1250 to 1350. I just started getting some forward momentum with the Raids of Love stuff. So by the end of 2022, I want to take the momentum that I can have, and I want to hit, and this is going to be a massive stretch, I want to hit 2,500 followers on Twitch. 2,500 followers. It's going to be a massive challenge. I'm going to have to work my ass off to hit it. Let's take a look. I will give you the exact amount that I'm at right now. I am at exactly 1,365. That means I need to get 1,135 followers this year. I need to almost double the amount of followers that I have on Twitch, which is a massive, massive, massive thing. But I think with the stuff that I'm doing and the stuff that I want to do and how I want to approach everything, I think I can do it. I think it can be done. And then with that, for YouTube is a little bit more difficult to figure out. So I wanted to hit 2,000 subs on YouTube by 2022, and I hit it. We're at 2,194 subscribers on YouTube, which is amazing. Absolutely amazing. But my average views per video is not very good. So I'm going to set the bar a little bit lower this time around for YouTube. I want to hit 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. However, I want to increase my average views per video, per new video, I'll say, from roughly about 10 to 15 to 50. I want to try to hit 50 views per video. So I need to get, what is that? 806 subscribers and roughly about 35 views average per video. And that will come with the little side note of I want more interaction. Per, we'll say 20 views, I usually get about 4 to 5 interactions. I want to try to take it so that out of the 50 views per video, I want to try to have at least 10 interactions per video, whether it's likes, comments, whatever. I want to have at least 10. So 50 views per video and 10 interactions per video and 806 subscribers. I feel like it's achievable. I feel like it's attainable. I think that I can do it because there are times when my videos do relatively well. My Halo Infinite review is sitting at 40 views and 7 likes and 4 comments. So I'm already at 11 interactions with it and just 10 under the view count. But then I have some videos that do really bad where like my last vlog that I did, the new year coming, new things on the horizon, it had 7 views and 2 likes. So I really want to increase the high end a little bit, but take the low end and really up it. If I can get up to 20 views per video regularly without fail, and but usually more, and I'm getting roughly about 5 to 7 interactions, I will be happy with that. And a lot of that is going to fall down to you guys. Now, if you've gotten to this point in the video, you are an absolute legend. If you did, let me know down in the comments below. It's that interaction. Boom. But what I mean by it's up to you guys. So you guys might not realize this, but whenever you go to a video, let me just pull up a random video on the tube. We're just gonna pull up the Dubium video. Shush. Alright. Alright, so we pull up Dubium, we got an ad. First, if you guys didn't know, if you actually watch all the way through instead of skipping, yeah, I just skipped my own ad, don't judge me. But if you actually watch all the way through, it actually helps me out a lot. But if you guys didn't know, you can clip a video, which is really cool, really awesome, really important. Clip videos, clip funny moments, share that clip, tag me in clips that you shared that you think were the funny moments, right? And then share the video. You know, there's a lot of places that you can share it. Share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, share it on Pinterest. I don't care. I don't know where people watch videos or go to for videos these days. I really don't. But like sharing the video and clipping the video both count as interactions. And then if you like the video, it also counts as an interaction. Then if you type out a comments, you know, that also, well, yeah, obviously have to hit comment, but that also counts as an interaction. And the biggest thing about sharing and making a clip and sharing the video is something that you enjoy, people that you know might enjoy as well. And even if you don't know a lot of people or you don't talk to a lot of people, say you share this video on Facebook and you're like, hey, check out this game that's like Among Us mixed with Dead by Daylight. And, you know, someone might come across and be like, hey, what is that? And whenever somebody watches it, it counts. Even if you have one person who watches it, whether the clip or the share of the video, it counts. And that is something massive to keep in mind. The more that you guys interact down here, specifically, the more views I will end up getting throughout all of my videos, essentially. So Even if you think it does nothing, even if you're like, oh, you know what? Why would I share? I don't have a following. I don't have anybody that really pays attention to me. You just hitting share and sharing it on Twitter and sharing it on Facebook or wherever your social media is, share it on everything. The more shares you do, the better, because each one counts as interaction. Even if it doesn't mean like people that you know will get pulled in, the more interactions it has, the more YouTube will take my Dubium video or any video that you do that on or any clip that you do that on and push it out in front of more people. And that's more people, more chances of people finding me and my content and wanting to take part in this channel and be a part of the community that we have made. So 110% clip it. I want to see your clips. I want to see the funniest parts of videos that you guys find. You know, I obviously record it. I obviously live it, and I watch through, and I'm kind of to the point where like I watch myself and it's like, okay, yeah, that's normal for me. But like if something really makes you laugh, clip it. Clip it. Clip the videos. Share them. Like tell me that like what your favorite part of each video that you watch is, because that's going to make everything so much easier when it comes to trying to get new people to find my channel. And a lot of you guys don't know this, but if you search kingbullet, I don't know why I got rid of it. If you search kingbullet, right? I'm at the top, sure. But these two right here both made their channels after mine. And both of them are trying to take the kingbullet name entirely. We are the kingbullet community. We are the kingbullet brand. I even have a website. You know, like look, all of the kingbullet stuff, like I'm up top, right? But it's not even my videos up at the top. It's completely different videos. It takes some time. I don't even know who this is. Like different people are trying to make kingbullet names, and like yeah, that's gonna happen. I'm sure like every content creator has that. But if we want to keep to being the kingbullet, the only kingbullet, I need your guys' help. I need you guys to start pumping out some awesome clips and sharing the videos. And I need to get off my ass and really start taking the whole channel to a whole new level. And so that's what I'm gonna do, and I need your guys' help to do it. But anyway, that's God, I've been talking for an hour. Like I said, if you got to this point in the video, down in the comments below, I want you to put the word bubblegook. BUBBLEGOOK. And if you see it from January, from the time this video goes up, all the way until the end of February, if you see this of 2022, January 1st, 2022 to February 28th, 2022, if you use that word in the description, in the comments, if you put that word, I will find a way to reach out to you and give you a personal 25% off kingbullet merch code that will be able to be used once, and you will be able to use it for, like, there's no expiration. You just have one use of it. You'll get 25% off a merch purchase. So if you can't get merch right now because funds are tight, but a year later you might be able to, that code will still be active. Unless Teespring is like, oh, this code hasn't been used in a while, and then they kick it out, and then you just let me know and I make you a new code. That's all. That's all you got to do. So if you got to this point, B as in boy, U as in under, B as in boy, B as in boy, L as in love, E as in echo, G as in garbage, O as in orange, O as in orange, and K as in Kelly. Down in the comments, type it out. I will reach out to you, or I will tell you how you can reach out to me personally so that I can get you your code for 25% off an entire order of merch. So I'm gonna stop talking now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys so much for sticking with me through the chaos of 2021. 2022, I'm gonna do my best to make it the best possible year that I can possibly have, and hopefully it turns out exactly like that. So thank you guys, and please, 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 if there's ever anything you want to see me cover or talk about or go over, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll do what I can to get to it. I always try to get to all of the suggestions that people give me. Sometimes I'm not able to. Sometimes I go to start getting to that, and it just like it's not content that I can get behind, so don't do it. But I always, always, always look into every suggestion that I'm always given. So please let me know. Go out, do something nice for somebody today, and I will see all of you guys next time. Bye, guys!